Hi, you caught me unawares. My name is Samson, and today I will be reading to you Little Women. Chapter 1. Playing Pilgrims. Christmas won't be Christmas without any presents, grumbled Joe, lying on the rug. It's so dreadful to be poor. Ah, sighed Meg, looking down at her old dress. I don't think it's fair for some girls to have lots of pretty things, and other girls nothing at all, added a little Amy with an injured sniff. We've got father and mother and each other, anyhow, said Beth, contentedly from her corner. The four young faces on which the firelight shone brightened at the cheerful words, but darkened again as Joe sadly said, "We haven't got father, and shall not have him for a long time." She didn't say perhaps never, but each silently added it, thinking of father far away where the fighting was. Nobody spoke for a minute. Then Meg said in an altered tone, "You know, the reason Mother proposed not having any presents this Christmas was because it's going to be a hard winter for everyone. And she thinks we ought not to spend money for pleasure when our men are suffering so in the army. We can't do much, but we can make our little sacrifices, and ought to do it gladly. But I am afraid I don't." And Meg shook her head as she thought regretfully of all the pretty things she wanted. "But I don't think the little we should spend would do any good. We've each got $1, and the army wouldn't be much helped by our giving that." "I agree. Not to expect anything from Mother or you, but I do want to buy Undine and Sintram for myself. I've wanted it so long," said Joe, who was a bookworm. "I plan to spend mine in new music," said Beth, with a little sigh, which no one heard but the hearth brush and kettle holder. "I shall get a nice box of Faber's drawing pencils. I really need them," said Amy decidedly. "Mother didn't say anything about our money, and she won't wish us to give up everything. Let's each buy what we want and have a little fun. I'm sure we grub hard enough to earn it," cried Joe, examining the heels of her boots in a gentlemanly manner. "I know I do, teaching those dreadful children nearly all day, when I'm longing to enjoy myself at home, began Meg, in the complaining tone again. You don't have such a hard time as I do, said Joe. How would you like to be shut up for hours with a nervous, fussy, old lady who keeps you trotting, is never satisfied, and worries you till you're ready to fly out of the window or box her ears? It's naughty to fret, but I do think washing dishes and keeping things tidy is the worst work in the world. It makes me cross, and my hands get so stiff. I can't practice good a bit. And Beth looked at her rough hands with a sigh that anyone could hear that time. I don't believe any of you suffer as I do, cried Amy, for you don't have to go to school with impertinent girls who plague you if you don't know your lessons, and laugh at your dresses, and label your father if he isn't rich, and insult you when your nose isn't nice. If you mean libel, I'd say so, and not talk about labels, as if Pa was a pickle bottle, advised Joe, laughing. I know what I mean, and you needn't be satirical about it. It's proper to use good words and improve your vocabulary, returned Amy with dignity. Don't peck at one another, children. Don't you wish we had the money Papa lost when we were little, Joe? Dear me, how happy and good we'd be if we had no worries, said Meg, who could remember better times. You said the other day you thought we were a deal happier than the King children, for they were frightening. They were fighting and fretting all of the time, in spite of their money. So I did, Beth. Well, I guess we are, for though we do have work to do, we make fun for ourselves, and are a pretty jolly set, as Joe would say. Joe does use such slang words, observed Amy, with a reproving look at the long figure stretched on the rug. Jo immediately sat up, put her hands in her apron pockets, and began to whistle. Don't, Jo, it's so boyish. That's why I do it. I detest rude, unladylike girls. Ha! I hate effective niminy-piminy chits. Birds in their little nests agree, sang Beth, the peacemaker, with such a funny face that both sharp voices softened to a laugh, and the pecking ended for that time. Really, girls, you're both to be blamed, said Meg, beginning to lecture in her elder sisterly fashion. You're old enough to leave off boyish tricks, and that is where we will leave it for today. Please join me again for a continuation of Little Wen, where I will be talking to you about the women who are little. Thank you, and goodbye.